mind blown. Just imagine how awesome you will feel when you walk into your client's office knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are in your element. Hey guys, before I get started, I wanted to show you my shirt. Tell me what you think. It says, "Be you, unique, unstoppable, unafraid, because you're the key to your success." Tell me below in the comments what you think. Let's go ahead and get started with today's video. Hey guys, I'm Andrea Patrick. If you're new here, I'm the BU boss. I help you find the intersection between your personal life and your business life so that you have a quality of life. And today I'm talking about circumstances for optimal success. That's right, you heard it here first. It is a coined phrase that I coined myself because of how I put together the way I do business and the way I show up for business. If you have projects and things that you are working on in your business and you are afraid to speak at events, if you are afraid to show up for a client meeting, do something new for the first time, circumstances for optimal success are exactly what you need. Before we get started, I want you to know that right here, the video that I have for creating your personal framework and what that actually is, because you need to create a personal framework in order to create circumstances for optimal success, because your circumstances for optimal success are when you use that personal framework to do and be your best regardless of the circumstances. That is what your circumstances for optimal success are. And an example of that is when I was doing more wardrobe styling and professional styling for brands for their marketing shoots. The first time I did this, I was scared out of my mind because I had never done it before. And I actually had taken the job not knowing who the job was for, later finding out it was for Marriott hotels, not just this one here at our, like the Gaylord here in our area, but like the big kahunas, like everybody, like the marketing department of Marriott hotels for Gaylord hotels. That's how big it was. I had never done it before, but I did create my circumstances for optimal success. I created what I knew I needed to do and be my best on that project. So at the end, if it didn't work out, I could look myself in the mirror and say, you did all you could do, sis. That's the value of having circumstances for optimal success and creating them for yourself. Definitely go to that personal framework video to find out what the pillars of the personal framework are, and then come back to this video, or watch this video first, then go watch that video. But definitely check it out, because you need to construct your personal framework in order to really solidify your circumstances for optimal success. Now let's get into the benefits of your circumstances for optimal success. The first thing is you identify your triggers, and not only identify them, but you know how to minimize them, and you know how to kind of remove yourself or kind of calm the trigger down. If, for instance, you are triggered, you know what you need to get out of that. So for instance, let's say different personality types are your trigger. Someone who is a staunch type A personality, really has to take control, really wants to dot I's and cross T's, but you are more of a creative and you more have a go with the flow type of attitude, see what happens. If that is something that triggers you, when you create circumstances for optimal success, you are creating a game plan for yourself that will help you either mitigate that trigger, or once you're in it, navigate it. That is value of having your circumstances for optimal success. Now, as someone who is a leader and an influencer, if that is a position that you're trying to be in, constructing your circumstances for optimal success and identifying triggers is going to be a game changer in your success, because the things that trigger you aren't going to hinder you quite so much because you have a game plan, because you created circumstances for optimal success. The next thing, the benefit of your circumstances for optimal success, is that you are going to be able to identify those motivators that will get you up, pick you up when you fall off the horse, and get you back on. Those things that are going to make sure that you keep pushing and striving for your prize when you create your circumstances for optimal success. How many times have you decided, I'm throwing in the towel, this is too hard, I'm too frustrated, I just want to get my life back, I want balance? Well, When you've created circumstances for optimal success, you'll know what you need to stay motivated, and you'll know what inspires you. You'll be able to get yourself in front of that or inside of that so that you get your mojo back and you can get back up on that horse and really start to ride towards your success. The next thing is you'll identify your non-negotiables. I love this with your circumstances for optimal success because there are just certain things that I won't do. But I had to go through that personal framework development to understand what those things were. And when I constructed my circumstances for optimal success, I can now say beyond a shadow of a doubt what I won't do, what will not happen, what I will not tolerate on a job, and those things that will determine whether or not I walk away if I'm in the middle of a job. There are just certain things that I have created in my circumstances for optimal success. In order for me to do and be my best, I had to identify the things that definitely throw me off my game that I will not tolerate when I am working. The benefit of you creating a circumstances for optimal success for yourself will help you identify the same thing. Can you imagine what all you can avoid if you know what you need to do and be your best on a job? Can you imagine the communication that can happen between you and your partners, between you and a customer, you and someone, a vendor that you're using, when you can use your words to articulate exactly what you need to be successful? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I mean, it was such a game changer when I discovered this years ago. And I've been teaching this to my customers and my clients, oh my gosh, for years now. And it is such a game changer in their business and in the way they see doing business. The next thing that is a benefit is creating those circumstances for optimal success helps you stay in your lane. It helps you operate in your zone of genius. Because you know what you need to do and be your best, you find yourself being a lot more discerning and a lot more strategic about the jobs you take so that you optimize your ability to work within your zone of genius. Mind blown. Just imagine how awesome you will feel when you walk into your client's office knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are in your element. Now, are there going to be times where even in your element you have some concerns about your abilities? Absolutely. But if you look at those as growth opportunities, then you can just add that into your circumstances for optimal success the next go round. You'll know what's needed and what's not needed in that particular set of circumstances. Imagine how amazing it would feel if you had the ability to look at jobs that are offered to you and say to yourself, this will or will not allow me to operate in my zone of genius. If it does not allow you to operate in your zone of genius, you have a choice to make. But when you've got circumstances for optimal success, to me, the choice is easy. That is $1 that you leave on the table. Unless you've started to build out a team and you know that there's someone on your team that can handle it. But when you are allowed to operate in your zone of genius, this means that you're going to be amazing on the job because you know what you're doing. And the confidence that comes from working in your zone of genius is just amazing. So circumstances for optimal success helps you identify those areas that are going to allow you to operate in your zone of genius. The next thing that creating circumstances for optimal success will help you with is identifying your ideal schedule. You've heard me talk about on this channel, but I definitely go into extreme detail in my program, Startup to Level Up, coming soon, where I'm talking to you about time blocking, working with your schedule, taking control of your calendar. When you're creating circumstances for optimal success, you know what days and times work best for you. You know how to operate as the genius you are in an area and what your mindset needs to be and when your mindset is there at any given time in the day. So you know the best time to schedule coaching calls, schedule team calls, to have office hours for discovery calls. You will be able to identify that because you know what you need to do and be your best and show up as your best self at the times you need to show up as your best self. Isn't this awesome? Circumstances for optimal success they're just a game changer in your business. I mean, I can't say enough about them. If you want to create circumstances for optimal success, I would love to help you with that because it's one of my favorite things. But there's so much more involved than just time blocking your calendar. You really need to understand your personal framework, create one so that you can then identify those circumstances that are going to create that optimal success for you, where you are going to do and be your best. So it's a little more to it than what I'm sharing in the video, but I wanted to share with you the benefits of creating those circumstances for optimal success, because I know some of you are trying to be the leaders in your industry to really get there and find that success. And this is something that I think is so helpful and it's overlooked. Lastly, and I think one of the most important benefits, is you identify your communication style and your learning style so that you can grow and you can do better and even be better when you are working your business and on your job, even in your personal life. When you learn how you best communicate, it makes it easier for you to teach people how to communicate with you. When you understand the learning style, it makes it easy for you to grow and to find opportunities for growth, because you'll know exactly the best way for you to actually learn. So another thing is, we are in a relationship with our customers, with our family. So we're not just talking to ourselves. When we've created circumstances for optimal success and we know how we communicate and how we learn, we can then adjust our personality. I call that managing the volume of your personality. When we are engaging with other people, this doesn't mean you change who you are. It just means you know your boundaries. You know how you can manage who you are in any given set of circumstances so that you can communicate effectively and people can communicate effectively with you. If you're in a situation where you need to learn something new, you know exactly your learning style and you'll know the best way to communicate to someone to help you learn. If you're not the type of person that can just watch a video to learn, but you need to actually write things down or you need to actually hear it spoken out loud, then you know then how to teach people how to teach you. If you're purchasing a course, if that course is not being communicated in a way that is going to be conducive to your learning, then maybe that course is not going to be the best course for you. Mostly, I think people have recognized the different learning styles and so they try to accommodate that. But understanding how you need to communicate helps you communicate with other people. Understanding how you learn helps you identify the best places to learn and what to learn and how to learn. Circumstances for optimal success are such a game changer in your business if you are striving to be a leader, if you're striving to be successful in whatever area of your life you're working in. So I would encourage you to really dive deep into your personal framework. Start creating circumstances for optimal success of your own. Now, if you like this video, if you stuck around for this long, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss more amazing content like this. Again, I am sharing with you ways that you can really be a leader in your area and really take on the role of working on your business and not in your business. So if that is what you're looking for and you want someone to guide you into that transition, I'm definitely your girl, Andrea Patrick, the BU Boss, where you are unique, where you are unstoppable, and you are unafraid because you're the key to your success. All right, thanks again for watching this week's video. I'll see you again next week. Bye.